we can do. Got it.
Let me share my screen. Welcome to the Gardner Neuro Institute. We envision a world where all women are seen and heard. Our community practices deliberate conversations, sociocratic decision-making, and collective projects for the benefit of all engaged members. We share wisdom through book clubs, kitchen table talks, free and paid courses, and collaborative work. Our simple rules: respect all the spaces, be curious, ask questions, support women's agency, and be open to life's infinite possibilities. So, we are going to do the Pantoum today. Let's see here. Find
It's
it.
tricky.
It is very tricky. One of my favorite things to do, but it's trickier than I'll get out. Okay, so welcome to the Pantoum Poetry Workshop. We have 4 people here today. How many of you have written a Pantoum? See one hand. I can't see everybody. You might have to say. Okay, I see Nolcha.
Yeah, I did.
And I have. I learned to, long back in 2014 is the date I had on my poem I first wrote a Pantoum for. And so it's been that many years since I've learned it. And I can't say that I've kept it up over all those years. They're fun to do once you get into the rhythm.
Yeah.
So what is Pantoum poetry? The Pantoum started out as the Pantoum, a form of rhyming Malay folk song couplets, typically recited or sung. The Hikayat Hangtua, if I'm saying all that wrong, and the Malay annals document the Pantoum is in early Malay literature. The connection between spoken Malay language, which is proverbial and sententious, and the Pantoum is something to behold. One wonders if the Pantoum was informed by the common language of the time, or if the common language was informed by the use of Pantoums. And that was from Meg Eden, who did the research on that, but she knows how to pronounce these words better than me. So while the Pantoum relies on repetition, it also relies on change. And as the Pantoum progresses, the story takes a turn to offer a meaningful poem. So you have to get the twist down. Here's the structure of the Pantoum. Basically, you write your first 4 lines. And then when you get to line 5, you write line 2. It's a repetition of line 2. Then you write whatever you want for line 6. Line 7 is a repetition of line 4. And then you write whatever you want for line 8. Line 9 is a repetition of line 6. Then you write what you want for line 10. Line 11 is a repetition of line 8. And then you write what you want for line 12. So you see, you're going to get those repetitions from here on here, and the repetitions from here on here. And then line 13 is the repetition of line 10. You go down here and shoot that up there. And line 14 can be what you want. Line 15 is repetition of line 12. So this jupes on up here. Then you write what you want for line 16. And then you keep this pattern up for as many quatrains. That's what these 4-part stanzas are, as you want up to the end. The final quatrain generally repeats lines 1 and 3 of the poem, closing the circle. So you have in the final quatrain a repetition of the second line of the previous stanza, a repetition of line 3 of the poem, a repetition of the fourth line of the previous stanza, and a repetition of line 1 of the poem. And that's a mouthful. That's a lot. So what helped me when I first wrote a Pantoum was to look at how somebody else wrote them. Traditionally, Pantoums rhyme following a pattern of A, B, A, B. This means that each quatrain, the first line rhymes with the third, and the second line rhymes with the fourth. However, There are variations of the Pantoum form that go back quite a ways in history. The important point is to keep the flow and the dance makes the Pantoum so beautifully sing. So it's really about getting into the rhythm and song. This is the Pantoum that I wrote. He loved her more. So I basically did the easy way and did 5 quatrains, which actually kind of takes you all the way full circle. So he loved her more, her diamond gleamed. He would buy her the store. She was very pleased. So then I took this line here, brought it down here. Her diamond gleamed, her eyes were teary. She was very pleased, which is this line, and seldom weary. Her eyes were teary. See, we brought this one down here. He did not know, and seldom weary, nothing she would show. He did not know, her truths are untold. Nothing she would show, she kept to her own. Her truths are untold. He would buy her the store. She kept her own. He loved her more. So in this poem, I was trying to illustrate how it was true that he did love her more, that she held back in that relationship with him. So that was the goal of that poem. So does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. Now I did it the real simple ABAB rhyme. To me, that is actually a simpler way of doing this if you're just getting started on the Pantoum. Because if you challenge yourself to rhyme, you can also pull out words and kind of start making it kind of flow and jump. Some of the Pantoums that are out there don't have that much of a rhyme in them, and some of them have rhyme kind of hidden in them. You kind of have to work to see the rhyme and see how it flows. And that's the thing about the Pantoum. And I know, Nolcha, you love this fact that there are rules to be broken. And
Yes.
break the rules when you do a Pantoum. If you stress yourself out about, oh, this has got to rhyme, this has got to rhyme, it's not a Pantoum. If it doesn't rhyme, you're going to make yourself sick. Just have fun with it. The main thing about the Pantoum, well, there's 2 main things. One, it needs to kind of have a little flow, a little dance to it, a little rhythm to it. And the other thing is it needs to change in meaning. It needs to stress a certain meaning. At this point, I stressed that certain meaning of the poem, why he loved her more. But it could go a whole different way. It could go from a twist from the very beginning to something totally different at the end. And I happen to know Noltra's really good at doing that. So let's write a Pantoum. So I put up some prompts. What holds up the sky? Laughter of children, an unopened letter. You can start these as your lines, or you can think about the terminology I put out there and how you might word that. How does the river flow? A loss of friendship, a drink of life, dance and celebration of, a tickled fancy, when my soldier comes home. These are just some examples. You can do whatever you want. Does everybody want to try to pick 1 or 2 prompts, and then I can put up the guide on how to write a Pantoum, if that will help to be looking at that
Yes.
way.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll give you all a couple minutes to look at these prompts and maybe pick a couple out. Chances are you're not going to get through an entire Pantoum in this process because they are a little challenging, except for Ultra, who's already done one.
Le- Lisa.
Melissa?
Hi. Hi,
Hi,
everybody.
Melissa.
Hi.
Melissa
What
knows
did
how to write a Pantoum, so
I do, but I have a question because maybe
yeah.
I don't. What did you say about the twist? Can you say that again?
Yes, the Pantoum usually has a twist to it. So from the beginning quatrain, the very first 4 lines, it may be a change, a twist around into the poem, so the end may not balance to the beginning. It may give an answer, for instance, to what you're posing at the very beginning. Like, for instance, if I did an unopened letter, I might talk about an unopened letter, and so there might be kinds of assumptions that might come from that. And at the end, it might be a surprise about that unopened letter.
Okay.
And so, you're thinking about, oh, I have an unopened letter and I'm afraid to open it because it could be this, it could be this, it could be this. And at the very end, it's a check for $1 million that you won in a legit prize.
Clearinghouse.
Yeah, it's a real publisher clearinghouse check. But you could have a
Okay.
twist like that. And there's ways you could really make these humorous things.
Okay. All right.
So
Thank
where
you.
we're at right now is we're looking at prompts and pick one or two out that you want to do, and I'll give it another minute, and then I'm going to put up the kind of the chart so we can see the structure. Does everybody have one?
Yeah.
Anybody not have one? Okay. And you don't have to use any of these, you can use your own. Let me go back into the chart. Okay, so here's the structure. And the rhyme scheme, like I said, is typically A, B, A, B, but it does not have to be. Okay, let's take about, I think we're going to take about 12 minutes to work on this because takes a little bit more than what I normally would allow for on time. So 12 minutes and come back and see what we got. Set my timer. Any questions? Okay. Okay, how we do? Get one written?
Yeah, I wrote something.
Want to share?
Why am I going first?
If you'd like to.
I don't mind. It's very interesting. Okay. The format, I mean. Okay. I chose the unopened letter, so I'll just read. An unopened letter marked with a seal, name written to perfection, so old and yellow. Marked with a seal, I want to open it, so old and yellow, I have to be careful. I want to open it, it even smells old. I have to be careful not to tear it. It even smells old, and there it is inside. Not to tear it, I can see the beautiful writing. Marked with a seal, name written to perfection, so old and yellow, unopened letter.
I like that. I could have sensed the feelings through the scent and the paper. Picture
Thank
the
you.
yeah.
I can see how the format, the structure of it, the rules, as you say, kind of makes the poem because I was repeating, you have to repeat quite a few lines. So it's interesting. That was funny, quite interesting
Yeah.
to do.
That would be an interesting one to do with using your poetry art with the different colors and stuff. I think that could even enhance it more.
Hmm.
Like that.
I have to think about that more.
Who's next?
I'll go.
You know,
And I'll go saying that I not only broke rules, but I also changed some of the lines that I had used previously so that the poem would fit. And I've seen other writers do that. So I
yes,
am,
me too.
yeah.
This is kind of like the beginner course, but then the rule is break some rules here, have some
Oh,
fun
yeah.
with it.
And I did.
Yeah.
And for Tiba, I used the same prompt as you. And I called it an unopened letter. I found a letter in a box at the antique store. It was never opened. In a box, a secret drawer. It was rarely opened. The letter was a treasure. A secret drawer. What stories it could tell. The letter was a treasure someone hid from everyone. What stories it could tell if I opened that old letter. Someone hid from everyone. I wonder what it held. I opened that old letter at the antique store. I wondered what it held. I read a letter to my long dead son.
Wow, that was a really good. I'm glad you broke the rules.
Thank you.
Definitely liked yours than mine because it was just more interesting. But I'm still learning this format. I just followed the rules. I didn't break them, except it didn't rhyme. I didn't do the rhyme thing.
Yeah, I'm not going to do the rhymes. I'm sorry, I'm allergic to rhymes.
I agree.
Who'd like to go next? See, Annette's got her hand up. About sorry, my voice starts going in and out. I had my shots for 3 different shots over the weekend, and I'm still feeling a little bit weird from them.
Okay, can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Okay. I couldn't take this one prompt. I thought of, two prompts together. So the prompts I took were theme, the theme is a loss of friendship dance in celebration of knowing all, not just others. So it was dance of celebration and a loss of friendship and what it meant to me.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, here we go. The visit was so intense, we spared no expense. I gladly retained the details of all who call without wails. We spare no expense, listening to each other's hints, of all who call without wails, brightening all of us females. Listening to each other's hints, telling stories, giving a glimpse, brightening all of us females, pushing away sad tales. Telling stories, giving a glimpse, our lives separating with a wind. Pushing away sad tales, we dance to all to sail. Our lives separating with a wince, I gladly retain the details. We danced to all to sail, the visit was so intense.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Wow. It's interesting, all the responses that you get are all so unique. I love that. Melissa, do you have one to share?
Sure, mine's a little silly, so
I like silly.
yeah, it's funny, I guess. Humor. All right, I did the what holds up the sky. The frog asked the snake, "What holds up the sky?" With a snap of his tail, the snake did reply, "What holds up the sky, you ask, my dear frog?" The snake did reply, "Come down from your log to ask me, dear frog. I'll answer you when you're down from your log." With a ribbit and splash, Frog wanted an answer, so he jumped right down. That was his last splash because he drowned after he jumped down. "I have no idea what holds up the sky," Snake said to the frog after he drowned. "I lied. But what I do know," Snake said with snap of his tail, "is that you jumped in quicksand," the snake told the frog.
Love it.
I
Somewhere
like to
there's a children's story
too.
there.
I love your
Yeah,
humor.
a
I
sad
did.
children's story.
That was
I did.
fun.
Yeah.
Too.
I did one on When My Soldier Comes Home. And I think actually I'm going to do more with it after I got it started. When my soldier comes home, what a celebration we will have. It has been so very long, I can't believe he's to arrive. What a celebration we will have, a festive meal of sweets and meats. I can't believe he's to arrive. His kisses will be the treat. A festive meal of sweets and meats, beer steins hoisted with hurrahs. His kisses will be the treat. All friends here to share the cause. Beer steins hoisted with hurrahs. We'll sing and dance till dawn. All friends here to share the cause. Time for all to forget yawns. We'll sing and dance till dawn. It has been so very long. Time for all to forget yawns when my soldier comes home. Fun. I actually had a soldier come home back when I was a senior in high school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was there a rhyming pattern that somebody is supposed to try to
Well,
follow?
if you want to use a rhyme, the rhyming pattern is typically A, B, A, B, which means every other line.
I
Like,
did it wrong.
yeah. No, you didn't do it wrong. You did it the way that you wanted to do it. And that's fine. That's an important thing to remember is rules don't necessarily anything more than just guides. You know, you can do what you want to make it your own. I think Nolcha could teach a class in that. I pick it on
Making-
Nolcha today because you're so good at it. That's a compliment that I pick on you because you're so good at it.
Thank you.
Love your poetry. So we have just a few more minutes. I don't know if we have time to really do another one, but are there any thoughts you have about this particular form? You would think you'll try it some more?
I think I would really like to write about how a person gets through a tragedy in this form. It's
Okay.
really a comforting way to do it.
Mhm.
Because that was, kind of like an upsetting time when I didn't see the three people that the title of this Pantoum is. I didn't see them anymore. So I just I just, I still found a dance to life, and I think they do too.
Mhm.
That impressed me about them. We had the same outlook on life. So
Nice. Let me see. Well, you got something to work with there. That's for sure. Now, is this going to be our prompt for next month, Nolcha?
What the
Or
Pantoum?
Pantoum?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
we'll be doing. Yeah, in November,
November?
whenever, I think, something like that. What day is it? I'm so horrible with
I know, it's
time.
almost the end of October. I can't even believe it. We're
Oh,
almost done with this month. I had mixed feelings about it.
yeah.
I know I've got so much yet to do. Anyway. Yeah.
Well, if you were interested, I could share the Pantoum that I sent to Mad Swirl.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. Let me
And I
fix
hope
my
I won't.
sharing so you can share. There, yeah, you should be able to.
Okay, let me get there.
Is that Mad Swirl, MADSWIRL?
It's
Swirling?
mad, one word, and then swirl, SWIRL.
Okay. We have to check them out.
Okay, let me get this. Why is it not showing? Okay. Here it is. It's really silly. Okay,
Are you going to read it?
I can, sure.
Okay, great.
And you can tell me if I'm totally crazy. If I'm totally crazy, they might take it. I don't know. We'll see. It's called Playing the Pantoum on the Piano Left-Handed. Watch me as I make this up. I'm not a music prodigy. My left hand wants to stray to right. My right hand has no say. I'm not a music prodigy. Arthritis makes my left hand hurt. My right hand aches too much to romp. No wonder I can't play. Arthritis makes my left hand hurt. My right hand's bones are in decay. No wonder I can't play. Perhaps I should just soak my head. My right hand's bones are in decay. I drop my notes in casseroles. Perhaps I should just soak my head. Piano may not be for me. I drop my notes in casseroles. My left hand wants to slap me my right. Did I really write that? Oh my God. My right hand wants to slap my right. Piano may not be for me. Watch me as I walk away.
I love it.
You think so? Okay.
I hope that they will too. They should.
Thank you. Of course, I can't seem to talk today, but that's okay.
Well, I can get a total visual of that. It's really funny. I love it. Well, thank you all for coming out today. I don't know what kind of mischief we'll have next time, but we'll do another one probably the end of November, before Thanksgiving week, maybe
Well,
or maybe right after.
Lisa, Susan wants to do a month of limericks in December.
Well, there we go.
Yep. Easy peasy.
Yep. Wonderful. Well, we got that covered then.
So thank you very much for holding this workshop.
Thank you all for coming and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Take care, Lisa. It's good to see you all.
thank you. See y'all.
Bye.
Bye bye.